Hey everyone, this is Rebecca, and I just wanted to share with you all how I'm feeling today, how I'm doing today. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, I have dissociative identity disorder, which means that when I was a kid, under the age of 8, I went through really severe trauma. So mine went from before I was 2 years old all the way up through high school. And so having DID means that I had alters who split off from me to hold this trauma that I went through so that I could continue functioning as a human and get things done, graduate college, get a job, things like that. I did not know that I had DID until about a year and a half ago. And since then, I've been getting to know my alters. I've been doing a lot of work with my therapist, a lot of trauma work. My alters have been working through their trauma that they hold, and we're working on better system communication inside. So I have 21 alters total. I make 22. So that means 21 voices inside of me, 21 different personalities, 21 different opinions on everything, and it's really hard. So I just wanted to sort of get some of that off my chest today, and I wanted to let you all know how it feels. A lot of times I talk in the we when I mean all of us. Sometimes I talk in the I when I mean just me, Rebecca. But it's been really hard for me recently because every decision I make, there are 21 opinions about it, plus mine, 22. And all of those opinions are usually fueled by the trauma that the kids have been through that hasn't been worked through yet. So, like, for example, today I wanted to go on a bike ride, but the trauma that some of them experienced says that it's not safe to go outside. And then the trauma that others have experienced say that we need to go exercise in order to be safe. So it's always like a conflict of opinions. And what's been really hard for me lately is socially how I've been handling this. So most of my alters are kids, and they get really scared in all social situations. But I, Rebecca, like to be with my friends. I'm a very social person, so it's hard because whenever I make a plan to do something with a friend or to do something social, my whole system kind of freaks out and doesn't want to go and thinks that we'll die if we go. So I've been feeling really lonely recently because I haven't been able to do, actually since I found out I had DID and started to get to know my alters, I haven't been able to be as social as usual because now I can hear all their fears and their trauma fears and how they think it's dangerous. And I have some little ones who get triggered so easily all the time. So basically, whenever we leave the house or whenever I have like a social conversation, they get triggered about something and go into trauma reactions or flashbacks, which is really hard to deal with. And I feel like even in the mental health world, DID is sort of stigmatized and unknown and misunderstood, which makes it hard because at least when you're talking to the mental health community, they understand anxiety and depression, eating disorders. They understand that stuff, even like suicidal thoughts. But when it comes to dissociative identity disorder, I find that it's really hard to explain it even to people who have other mental illnesses and who understand the language of mental illness. And I get embarrassed also because I feel like it sounds strange to be like, oh, I have alters who live inside of me. We share this body. They have their own personalities and names and ages, and I have like one or two friends who I can be really open with about it. So like when one of my alters is really upset, I can be like, hey, I can't hang out today because this one alter is like having a really hard day, and they understand. But for most other people, I feel like I kind of have to hide it or like have to be vague with what I'm struggling with and can't go into detail with how my alters are doing and how the system is doing. So yeah, it's been really hard and I've been feeling really lonely, and I just wanted to give you guys kind of like an inside look on what it's like to have dissociative identity disorder, and I want to feel known and heard, and I just want DID to be understood. So I just wanted to share this with you. I love you all so much. Thanks for being such a good support system.